Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to another video. For today, we'll be speaking about the Gameweek 34 Premier League matches. So these ones could be pretty good. I have to mention that 3 games have been postponed from this week, probably due to Champions League and some other matches as well. So let's get started. Let's go with Luton Town versus Brentford. This game is looking like a underrated one, so let's start with Luton Town. This team has been struggling quite a bit. At the moment, they sit in 18th place and I'm recording this, and they need to get out of the relegation zone. They did get a big result versus Bournemouth. They won that 2-1, which is huge, and that could help them to get out of the relegation zone. Onto Brentford, they have been in a bit of a struggle. Their form recently has been good, and Tony was actually benched against Villa for some reason. Maybe something to do with fitness or something like that, but my prediction will be a 2-2 draw between the two. Now we have Sheffield United versus Burnley. Very interesting game here though, because let's get started with Sheffield. This team is in a bit of a shambles right now, struggling very hard this season. They did a decent job against Chelsea. They actually drew 2-2 in that game, which you do not expect, but it's going to be very hard for them to get out of the relegation zone, and I think realistically they will go down back to the championship. Onto Burnley. Burnley is actually struggling hard this season. They did find some form recently though. They lost to Everton a few weeks ago as well, 2-1. Honestly, I think Burnley is also gonna go down back to the championship as well, unless they change something like drastically. But my prediction here is gonna be a 1-1 draw. Now we have Wolves versus Arsenal. Arsenal cannot afford to lose a game anymore, so let's get started with Wolves. They've been a good team this season. Recently though, their form has gone downhill. Rough times for them right now. I'm positive that they will find their form again in the upcoming games. Pedro Neto, I talk about this guy every single video. Such a baller. Onto Arsenal. This team has been phenomenal this year. I feel like this team's like more confident this season. They seem like they play with more confidence, especially defensively. They are the best team defensively in the league. Like you've seen against Brighton, they closed that game off very well. They got a clean sheet, which was massive. Offensively, Arsenal are the best in the league as well, and Declan Rice and the 2 center backs, like they just have some kind of like incredible connection. Amazing on the pitch together. They're just incredible players. And my prediction will be a 3-0 win for Arsenal. Now we have Everton versus Nottingham Forest. This game could be a quite underrated one, so let's get started with Everton. Their form recently has been not too bad. They won against Burnley 1-0 a few weeks back, and I believe so far they are safe from the relegation zone. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin has finally scored a goal in that game against Burnley, which won them the game. Onto Nottingham Forest. This team has been pretty decent. They picked up their form in recent weeks. They got quite a few talents in their team. One of those talents is Elanga, and they have a chance at going down as well because they are very close to the relegation zone. So we'll see what happens with this game, and my prediction is going to be yet another 1-1 draw. And we have Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Very underrated game here in my opinion, so let's get started with Crystal Palace. This team is actually looking quite decent recently. Glasner definitely has some changes or some things he wants to change in mind. Elise got a few minutes versus City, which is good. He's back to being fit. And Eze was subbed off for some reason during that game against City. We're not too sure why, but we'll take time to see what Glasner cooks up with this Crystal Palace team. And West Ham on the other side, this team has been very good this season. One of the most underrated teams I would say, and they have found their form recently after losing in a crazy 4-3 loss to Newcastle. That game was very entertaining to watch, and my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for West Ham. We have Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. This could end up being a very good game, so let's get started with Aston Villa. This team has been pretty good the whole season. Recently, they have dropped off quite a bit, though. Drawing to Brentford a few weeks ago was a crazy game. That was like 3-3, and Watkins, I think he has been an incredible striker for them. He's like in the double digits for assists and also goals this season. Plays a vital role in Aston Villa's place in the table right now. And to Bournemouth, they have been not too bad form-wise. They have been good. I would say Solanke has been very important for them, and Iraola is doing some very good work with Bournemouth, and they are around the mid-table. Pretty good, I would say, considering they were struggling a few seasons ago. So he has done a very good job with Bournemouth, and my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. And the last and final game we have is Fulham versus Liverpool. Now, this is a must-win game for Liverpool, so let's get started with Fulham. Team has been good, I would say. Recently, though, they've been pretty bad in terms of form. Muniz is a player that came out of nowhere for me. I did not know about this guy, but he just started to perform very well. Right away, started scoring goals. And it's going to be a rough game for them, as Liverpool are a pretty good side this season. On to Liverpool, this team has been very good this season in the title race as well. And they had a rough game versus Manchester United. They actually drew 2-2 in that game. That took them out of the driver's seat of the Premier League title. They still have a chance at the title, but as I said before, they cannot afford to lose anymore. This is a must-win game for them, and let's see what happens in the next few weeks. My prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Now, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your predictions, and I will check them out. And don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.